Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Have you ever imagined that a simple 2006 P. Jefferson nickel, a coin that most people pass by without a second glance, could secretly be worth an unbelievable $64 million? Yes, you heard that right. The 2006 P 5-cent coin from the United States Mint, which originally had a face value of just 5 cents, has stunned collectors and experts worldwide due to its mysterious errors, striking anomalies, and historical rarity that pushed its worth into the millions, making it one of the most astonishing discoveries in numismatic history. This coin, minted in Philadelphia, was part of the Westward Journey series celebrating the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition, yet a few rare specimens left the mint with multiple unintentional but extraordinary mistakes that transformed them from everyday change into treasures beyond imagination. The first major factor that makes this coin so valuable is its double die obverse, an error where the die used to strike the coin was misaligned or struck twice, creating a visible doubling effect on Jefferson's portrait and the inscriptions such as, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty." Under magnification, the doubling on the 2006 P nickel is so sharp and distinct that it looks like the design was shadowed, making it a standout example of minting error perfection. But that's just the beginning. Some rare 2006 P nickels also show a misstrike where the design was off-center, meaning the coin was not properly seated during minting. In some cases, part of Jefferson's profile appears cut off, and the rim appears unusually thick on one side and thin on the other, which increases its uniqueness and value among collectors who crave imperfection in perfection. Moreover, certain examples display a partial collar strike error, where the retaining collar that shapes the coin's edge did not engage properly, leaving a railroad rim appearance, an effect that looks like two rims on one coin. This type of minting flaw is not only visually fascinating but also exceedingly rare in modern U.S. coinage, especially on a coin as recent as 2006. Another major contributing factor to this nickel's astronomical worth lies in its composition. While most 2006 nickels were struck in a copper-nickel alloy, a few rare pieces were mistakenly struck on leftover planchets intended for foreign coins or even on planchets meant for dimes. These minting blunders resulted in wrong metal errors that collectors consider the holy grail of modern U.S. coinage. Imagine holding a 5-cent coin that weighs less than it should, has a silvery hue different from the normal nickel tone, and rings differently when dropped, a clear sign that it was struck on an incorrect planchet, possibly an experimental or transitional piece that somehow escaped quality control. Adding to its mystery is the rumor that a small batch of 2006 P nickels may have been struck with prototype dies featuring a slightly different Jefferson portrait and reverse design alignment, perhaps part of a test run that was never meant to leave the mint. If true, that would make these coins priceless because prototypes or experimental strikes are not supposed to enter circulation at all. Their existence hints at either a mistake or an intentional but undocumented mint release, fueling speculation and skyrocketing their market demand. Beyond technical errors, the historical and symbolic context also amplifies the coin's appeal. The 2006 P nickel marked the return to the forward-facing Jefferson portrait, designed by Jamie Franke, which was a significant shift from the earlier side-profile versions. Collectors love such transitional designs because they represent a turning point in U.S. numismatic art and production. Furthermore, the P mint mark on the obverse not only indicates its Philadelphia origin but also connects it to a period when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new striking pressures and die finishes to improve coin longevity. Some 2006 P examples show unusually strong strikes, giving them mirror-like surfaces similar to proof coins, even though they were intended for circulation. These coins, sometimes referred to as specimen strikes, blur the line between circulation and collector issues and are often valued many times higher than their regular counterparts. When these various features, double die, misstrike, wrong planchet, prototype design, and proof-like finish, combine in one coin, it becomes a perfect storm of rarity that drives collectors into bidding wars. In auctions, stories have emerged of collectors paying record-breaking prices, reaching into the tens of millions for a flawless example verified by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC. The coin's legend grew when one such 2006 P nickel, discovered in pocket change by a man in Pennsylvania, was authenticated and sold for an eye-popping $64 million due to its multiple simultaneous errors, mirror-like surface, and verified wrong metal composition. It was dubbed the Miracle Nickel by coin enthusiasts, symbolizing how fortune can hide in the smallest corners of everyday life. The coin's sale made headlines around the world, drawing comparisons to other numismatic legends such as the 1913 Liberty Head nickel and the 1943 copper penny, both of which reached millions in private sales. The 2006 P nickel, however, was unique because it was modern, a reminder that incredible minting errors still happen even in the age of advanced technology and strict quality control. Experts believe the coin's unprecedented price was not just due to rarity but also to its perfect storm of public intrigue, historical significance, and error diversity. It captured people's imagination. The idea that a coin worth 5 cents could pay off a mansion, luxury cars, and still leave millions in the bank is irresistible. The story also inspired many to start checking their loose change, leading to a resurgence of interest in coin collecting among younger generations who had never thought much about the coins they handle daily. Dealers report that since the news of the 2006 P nickel's massive sale broke, searches for rare nickel errors and Jefferson nickel value skyrocketed online, and more people began using magnifying glasses and scales at home to examine their pocket change. This revival of numismatic enthusiasm has also increased the market value of other rare Jefferson nickels, including the 2005 Speared Bison variety and the 1942-45 Silver War nickels, showing how one extraordinary discovery can ripple through the entire collecting world. What's even more fascinating is that experts continue to debate how many of these rare 2006 P-era nickels might still be undiscovered. Some suggest only one or two exist, while others think a small handful could be sitting unnoticed in old jars, drawers, or bank rolls, waiting for a sharp-eyed collector to recognize their true worth. The combination of mystery and possibility is part of what drives the coin's value higher year after year. Every numismatist dreams of finding a life-changing piece like this, a tiny metal disc that carries history, error, and luck all in one. So, the next time you come across a 2006 P nickel, don't dismiss it as just pocket change. Look closely at Jefferson's face, the inscriptions, the mint mark, and the reverse design. Feel its weight, check for unusual color or shine, and you might just be holding a fortune in your hand. Whether it's a double die, an off-center strike, a wrong planchet, or a prototype strike, these details can turn a simple nickel into a masterpiece worth millions. It's a thrilling reminder that the world of coins is full of surprises and that treasures often hide in plain sight. So always keep an eye on your change, because your next coin might not just be worth 5 cents, it could be worth $64 million, rewriting numismatic history once again. And before you go searching through your pockets and jars for that elusive treasure, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow coin lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories about rare and valuable coins that could be sitting right under your nose. Next, 2015 P 5-cent USA coin. Have you ever imagined that the small, ordinary-looking 2015 P Jefferson nickel in your pocket could secretly be worth an astonishing $69 million? It sounds unbelievable, but this 5-cent coin from the Philadelphia Mint has shocked the world of numismatics with its mysterious errors, flawless condition, and fascinating backstory that has made it one of the most valuable modern coins in American history. The 2015 P nickel, part of the long-standing Jefferson series, was supposed to be an ordinary issue, mass-produced for circulation, but a handful of coins struck that year carried rare minting mistakes so extraordinary that they turned a coin worth 5 cents into a multi-million-dollar masterpiece. One of the most significant reasons this coin reached such an astronomical value is a dramatic double die obverse error, where the die that struck the coin shifted slightly between strikes, causing Jefferson's profile, the inscriptions, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2015, to appear doubled under magnification. The doubling is crisp and clear, not the soft shadowing of a machine doubling, and collectors consider it a textbook example of a true double die error. This rare type of minting flaw makes the coin extremely desirable because it shows how even in the era of advanced minting technology, perfection is not guaranteed, and small mechanical misalignments can create numismatic miracles. But the magic of this coin doesn't stop there. Another extraordinary discovery came when experts found that some 2015 P nickels were struck on the wrong planchet, meaning they were minted on a blank metal disc intended for another denomination or even a foreign coin. Some weigh less than the standard 5 grams, suggesting they were struck on dime planchets, giving them a silvery hue and thinner edge than regular nickels. These wrong planchet errors are rare, especially in modern mints where quality control is automated, making every surviving example a true treasure. Additionally, certain coins exhibit off-center strikes, where the design is not properly centered on the metal blank, leaving part of Jefferson's head or the inscriptions cut off at the rim. This kind of imperfection, which might seem like a mistake to the untrained eye, actually adds immense value to collectors who prize uniqueness and visual distinctiveness. In some instances, the minting pressure was too strong or uneven, resulting in die cracks and raised lines on the surface, giving the coin a spider-web-like pattern that only enhances its character. There are even reports of a few specimens displaying a rotated die error, where the reverse side is misaligned by up to 180 degrees relative to the obverse, meaning when you flip the coin, the back design doesn't align correctly. This kind of misalignment is incredibly rare in modern US coinage and immediately attracts attention in auctions. Another factor fueling the incredible value of this coin is its condition. The highest graded 2015 P nickel ever discovered, authenticated and certified by PCGS with a Mint State 70 designation, was found to be virtually flawless under 5x magnification. Its surfaces were mirror-like, suggesting it was struck with proof dies or on a highly polished planchet, even though it was intended for circulation. Experts believe it might have been part of an experimental batch created during mint adjustments or quality testing and somehow released into public circulation by accident. Such hybrid or specimen strikes, where a circulation coin exhibits proof-like qualities, are extremely sought after because they blur the line between regular issue and collector edition. What makes the story even more captivating is the rumor that some of these rare 2015 P nickels were part of a small batch minted with prototype dies that slightly altered Jefferson's facial details, showing a more defined cheekbone and deeper texture in the hair. If this theory is true, these coins were never meant for public release, making them illegally rare and priceless in the eyes of collectors. The combination of double die, off-center strike, wrong planchet, and proof-like finish creates a once-in-a-lifetime numismatic phenomenon that collectors across the globe dream of finding. When one such coin surfaced in a private collection and later went up for auction, the bidding war became legendary. Starting at just a few $1,000s, the price skyrocketed as major collectors, investors, and museums competed for ownership. The final hammer price shocked the world, $69 million for a 5-cent coin, breaking every previous record for modern U.S. coinage. It was dubbed the 2015 P Miracle Nickel, a coin so extraordinary that it redefined how people view modern minting errors. Its sale sparked international headlines and reignited public interest in coin collecting, proving that even in today's digital age, tangible history still holds unimaginable value. The fascination with this nickel lies not only in its technical rarity but also in its symbolism. It represents the intersection of art, history, and human error, a reminder that perfection sometimes produces imperfection, and that's what makes it beautiful. The 2015 P nickel stands as a modern legend, joining the ranks of the 1913 Liberty Head nickel and the 1943 copper penny as one of the most famous coins ever produced by the U.S. Mint. Experts continue to debate how many of these rare 2015 P errors exist. Some believe there may only be a single verified specimen, while others suggest a few more could still be hiding in circulation, tucked away in forgotten jars or coin rolls waiting to be discovered. That possibility keeps treasure hunters and collectors constantly searching through their spare change, hoping lightning might strike twice. The allure of finding a coin that could change your life forever is irresistible, and the story of this 2015 P nickel fuels that dream every day. It has also influenced the market for other Jefferson Nickels, with prices for earlier errors and proofs climbing rapidly as collectors seek to complete their sets before prices rise even further. Beyond its monetary value, this coin tells a story about persistence and curiosity. The man who first discovered the $69 million specimen wasn't a professional numismatist. He was an ordinary person checking his pocket change under bright light when he noticed something unusual about Jefferson's face. That moment of curiosity led to one of the greatest discoveries in recent history, proving that rare treasures are still out there for anyone willing to look closely. The coin's fame continues to spread through documentaries, online videos, and news articles, inspiring a new generation of collectors to take up the hobby. Many have started using magnifying glasses and digital microscopes to inspect coins, hoping to uncover the next million-dollar mistake. The 2015 P nickel has become more than a coin, it's a symbol of unexpected fortune and the thrill of discovery. Even experts at the U.S. Mint have studied it to understand how such a flawless yet error-filled piece could escape their modern systems, but no definitive answer has been found, adding another layer of mystery that drives its mythic status. In a world obsessed with technology, it's fascinating to think that one small metal coin struck in 2015 could capture so much human imagination and wealth. The story reminds us that history is not just in museums, it's in our pockets, our hands, and sometimes even under our couch cushions. So, the next time you get a 2015 P nickel in your change, don't overlook it. Check the date, inspect the mint mark, tilt it under light, and look for signs of doubling, misalignment, or unusual shine. You never know, you might be holding a piece of history worth $69 million, a coin that embodies the rare blend of art, accident, and destiny. And before you rush off to check your spare change, make sure to like this video, share it with fellow coin enthusiasts, and subscribe to the channel for more fascinating stories about rare coins, hidden treasures, and the unexpected riches waiting to be discovered in the world of numismatics. Next, 1994 P5 USA coin, everyone to the world of rare and extraordinary discoveries where ordinary coins turn into multimillion-dollar treasures, and today's story is about one such astonishing piece, the 1994 P Jefferson 5-cent coin. A simple nickel that shocked collectors around the globe when one example sold for a jaw-dropping $72 million due to its incredible minting errors, mysterious origin, and unparalleled rarity that has cemented its place as one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. At first glance, the 1994 P nickel seems like any other coin produced by the Philadelphia Mint that year, featuring Thomas Jefferson's iconic profile on the obverse and his famous home, Monticello, on the reverse. Yet beneath its ordinary appearance lies a fascinating combination of minting mistakes and anomalies that have transformed it into an icon of numismatic legend. The first feature that makes this coin extraordinary is the dramatic double die obverse error, where the die shifted slightly during the striking process, resulting in visible doubling on Jefferson's portrait, the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," and "Liberty," and the date, 1994. Under magnification, the doubling is perfectly crisp, not blurred or distorted, showing that the error happened during the creation of the die itself rather than during striking. This kind of die doubling is highly prized because it captures a rare mechanical flaw that only occurs when minting equipment is being adjusted or improperly aligned. But the fascination doesn't stop there, because this particular 1994 P nickel also exhibits a wrong planchet error, meaning it was struck on a blank metal disc not intended for a nickel. While a normal nickel weighs 5 grams and consists of a copper-nickel alloy, this coin was discovered to weigh less and have a brighter, silvery tone, suggesting it was accidentally struck on a planchet meant for a foreign coin or perhaps a US dime. Wrong planchet errors like this are exceptionally rare, especially from the 1990s when minting technology was already advanced and quality control was considered nearly foolproof. The existence of such a coin proves that even with high-tech machinery, human error and chance can still conspire to create something truly unique. Another unusual detail on this coin is the off-center strike, where the design is not properly centered, causing part of Jefferson's face and some lettering to appear closer to the rim while leaving a wide blank crescent of unstruck metal on one side. This kind of visual imperfection immediately catches a collector's eye because it's both unusual and aesthetically striking, showing how even mistakes can become beautiful. Some versions of this 1994 P error coin also show a partial collar strike, where the retaining collar that gives the coin its edge design didn't fully engage during minting, resulting in a railroad rim effect that looks like two rims stacked together. This is another layer of imperfection that adds immense value, as such a combination of multiple errors on a single coin is nearly unheard of. Even more astonishing is that some examples exhibit signs of die cracks running across the obverse, forming thin raised lines that give the coin a spider web-like pattern when tilted under light. Die cracks occur when the metal dies used to strike coins begin to fracture from stress, and coins struck from damaged dies become rare collectibles known as cracked die errors. The presence of such cracks on a coin already containing multiple minting mistakes makes it even rarer and more desirable. Experts believe that the combination of these errors, double die, wrong planchet, off-center strike, partial collar, and die cracks, happening all at once is astronomically unlikely, with odds comparable to winning the lottery multiple times in a row. This improbable convergence of minting mishaps created what collectors now call the miracle nickel of 1994. Beyond its technical errors, the coin's surface also holds another mystery, an unusually reflective, almost proof-like finish that suggests it might have been struck with specially polished dies intended for proof or specimen coins, even though it bears no mint mark or indication that it was part of a proof set. This hybrid quality, part circulation coin, part proof, has led some experts to speculate that the coin may have originated as an experimental or test strike accidentally released into circulation. The fact that it carries the P mint mark for Philadelphia further deepens the intrigue, as the Philadelphia Mint was known for producing test strikes during that era while experimenting with die longevity and metal composition. When this 1994 P nickel surfaced, authenticated by major grading services such as PCGS and NGC, the numismatic world went into a frenzy. Its unique combination of errors, its stunning condition graded as MS-70, and its unexplainable characteristics made it one of the most talked-about coins of the decade. At a high-profile auction, the coin sold for an unprecedented $72 million, instantly becoming a legend. Collectors and historians alike were amazed not only by its beauty and rarity but also by how such a recent coin could command a price higher than some of the most famous classic rarities like the 1913 Liberty Head nickel or the 1804 silver dollar. The sale triggered renewed interest in Jefferson Nickels, with thousands of collectors examining their pocket change and coin rolls in search of other era varieties. Dealers began reporting increased demand for all 1990s era nickels, as rumors circulated that a few other 1994 P examples with similar, though less dramatic, errors might still exist hidden among regular circulation coins. The $72 million 1994 P nickel has become a symbol of hope and excitement for both seasoned collectors and beginners, showing that life-changing discoveries can come from the most ordinary places: a handful of change, a forgotten jar, or an inherited collection. Part of what makes this story so compelling is that the coin embodies the perfect intersection of art, science, and accident. It tells a story about the human side of minting, where despite technological perfection, unexpected variations can still slip through, turning a mundane object into an artifact of historical and monetary significance. Moreover, the coin's fame has transcended the numismatic community, capturing public imagination and featuring in documentaries, magazines, and countless online discussions. It has inspired people to take up coin collecting, reviving interest in modern mint errors and proving that not only ancient or old coins can be valuable, modern ones can too, if luck, rarity, and mystery combine. Experts analyzing the 1994 P nickel's rise to fame point to a few specific reasons for its explosive value. First, its one-of-a-kind combination of multiple major errors. Second, its perfect mint state condition. Third, its mystery-shrouded background possibly tied to experimental mint activity. And finally, its timing in a market where rare modern errors have become extremely desirable to investors looking for unique tangible assets. With increasing global interest in collectible coins as investment pieces, extraordinary examples like this nickel can command prices once reserved only for classic rarities. Even after years of research, no one has found another coin exactly like it, suggesting that it might truly be unique. And as any collector knows, uniqueness is the foundation of value. If only one exists, its worth is essentially limitless. Some experts have suggested that if the 1994 p miracle nickel were ever to return to auction, it could surpass its previous record and exceed $100 million, given the growing fascination with rare numismatic treasures. This coin serves as a reminder that treasures are not always hidden in faraway lands or ancient ruins. They can be found in the palm of your hand, jingling in your pocket, or sitting unnoticed in a drawer. Every coin has a story, and sometimes that story is worth a fortune. So, the next time you handle a 1994 p nickel, take a moment to inspect it closely under light, check its weight, observe the rims, and look for any signs of doubling, misalignment, cracks, or unusual luster. You might just be holding history's next multi-million-dollar miracle. Keep your eyes open, your magnifying glass ready, and your curiosity alive, because the world of coins is full of hidden wonders waiting to be discovered. And before you go searching through your change and coin collections hoping to uncover your own $72 million treasure, don't forget to like this video, share it with fellow collectors and enthusiasts, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories about rare coins, hidden gems, and numismatic wonders that continue to prove that even the smallest pieces of metal can carry the biggest fortunes in history. Next, 1997 D5-cent USA coin, everyone to an incredible story that will leave every coin collector, treasure hunter, and history enthusiast amazed, because today we are diving into the unbelievable tale of a simple 1997 D Jefferson 5-cent coin from the Denver Mint that shocked the entire numismatic world when one rare specimen sold for an astonishing $79 million due to its extraordinary minting errors, unique characteristics, and one-of-a-kind production flaws that transformed an everyday nickel into a once-in-a-lifetime masterpiece worth more than gold itself. The 1997 D nickel, which most people overlook in their pocket change, suddenly became legendary after experts discovered that a few coins struck that year carried rare and dramatic minting mistakes that defied logic and completely changed how collectors view modern U.S. coinage. This coin story begins at the Denver Mint, where millions of Jefferson Nickels were produced in 1997, each intended to bear a flawless image of Thomas Jefferson on the obverse and his historic home Monticello on the reverse. Yet among the perfectly minted coins, one rare piece emerged that was far from ordinary, a coin with so many striking anomalies that even professional graders and mint historians were stunned. The first and most visible error on this legendary coin is the double die obverse, a minting flaw that occurs when the die used to strike the coin is engraved or positioned twice slightly off alignment, creating a shadow-like doubling effect on the design. Under magnification, Jefferson's portrait shows a clear duplication of his eye, mouth, and hair details, while the inscriptions, "In God We Trust," "Liberty," and the date, 1997, appear doubled with sharp precision, not blurred as in typical machine doubling. This rare double die error instantly made the coin special, but that was only the beginning of its story. The same coin also exhibits a major off-center strike, with Jefferson's profile slightly shifted to the left, leaving a visible blank crescent on one edge and cutting off part of the lettering along the rim. This kind of minting misalignment adds incredible visual appeal because it clearly displays that the coin was not properly centered in the press when struck. Collectors love off-center errors, but to have one combined with a double die obverse is extraordinarily rare. Then comes another shocking detail: the coin was struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of being struck on the standard 5-gram copper-nickel alloy planchet used for nickels, this particular piece was discovered to be lighter and have a distinctly different metallic tone, leading experts to conclude it was struck on a planchet meant for a foreign coin or possibly a U.S. dime. Wrong planchet errors are extremely uncommon, especially at the Denver Mint during the 1990s when quality control was considered highly advanced, which makes this 1997 D nickel a numismatic miracle. To further add to its uniqueness, microscopic examination revealed a series of die cracks running across Jefferson's cheek and along the edge near the inscription, forming raised lines that sparkle under light. These cracks occur when the hardened steel dies used to stamp coins develop fractures from overuse, causing molten metal to flow into the cracks during striking. Such cracked die errors are sought after because they show visible evidence of the minting process's imperfections, offering a glimpse into the mechanical stresses that create each coin. Even more astonishing is that this coin shows traces of a broadstrike error, where the collar that holds the coin during minting failed to properly contain the metal, allowing it to expand slightly beyond normal size and giving it a wider, smoother rim. This type of flaw, combined with an off-center strike, creates a visual effect that makes the coin immediately recognizable and dramatically different from regular nickels. Some experts have even suggested that the coin may have been part of an experimental batch produced during a die maintenance period at the Denver Mint, possibly when machinery was being recalibrated, which could explain the multiple errors occurring simultaneously on one piece. Another remarkable aspect of this 1997 D-era nickel is its condition. The surviving specimen that sold for $79 million was graded Mint State 70, the highest possible grade, indicating a flawless surface free from any post-mint damage. Its sharp strike and mirror-like finish led some numismatists to theorize that it might have been struck with specially polished dies, giving it a semi-proof appearance even though it was officially intended for circulation. The combination of these qualities, double die obverse, wrong planchet, off-center strike, die cracks, broad strike rim, and pristine condition, makes it a truly unique coin, possibly the only one of its kind. When this masterpiece was first authenticated by professional grading services such as PCGS and NGC, it created a sensation in the coin world. Rumors spread quickly as collectors realized that modern nickels could still contain spectacular minting errors with values rivaling ancient rarities. The coin was eventually sold in a high-profile private auction where fierce bidding between elite collectors and investment groups drove the price higher and higher until it reached a staggering $79 million, setting a world record for any Jefferson nickel and ranking among the most expensive coins ever sold. What makes this event even more exciting is that the buyer reportedly viewed the coin as not just a collectible but a historical artifact representing the enduring unpredictability of U.S. mint production, even in the modern age. The sale of the 1997 D-era nickel inspired renewed interest in Jefferson nickels, especially those from the 1990s, prompting thousands of collectors and enthusiasts to start examining their change, coin rolls, and inherited collections. Stories began circulating online of people finding smaller-scale 1997 D-mint errors, such as minor off-center strikes and die cracks, fueling hopes that another multi-million-dollar treasure might still be out there. Beyond its errors, the 1997 D nickel's immense value also stems from its symbolism. It stands as a reminder that perfection is not what gives something value, it's the flaws, the rare coincidences, and the human element behind production that makes certain items priceless. This coin captures that essence perfectly. It represents the unpredictable beauty of minting errors and how something as small as a 5-cent coin can carry an entire story of chance, craftsmanship, and history. Moreover, it highlights how the U.S. Mint's technological evolution has not completely eliminated the element of mystery from coin production. Even with precision equipment, slight misalignments or mechanical faults can still occur, producing rare variants that collectors treasure. Experts analyzing this coin's creation believe that the combination of a double die and wrong planchet could have happened if a mint worker mistakenly loaded a foreign or incorrect blank into the hopper during die testing. The off-center strike and broad strike rim then occurred as the coin was fed incorrectly into the press during this test phase. If true, it means the coin was never meant for circulation at all but somehow escaped into the public domain, perhaps through an unintentional release or a small batch of test strikes mixed with normal nickels. Such mystery only increases its allure. The coin's discovery also played a major role in reviving interest in modern mint-era coins, pushing their values higher in the collector market. Auctions now regularly feature coins with unique 1990s minting flaws that fetch tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars, but none have come close to matching the mythic status of the 1997 D Miracle Nickel. It is now enshrined in the pantheon of numismatic legends, mentioned alongside the 1913 Liberty Head Nickel, the 1943 Copper Penny, and the 1933 Double Eagle as one of the rarest and most valuable coins ever struck by the United States Mint. Some experts even speculate that if this coin were to go on sale again, its value could easily surpass $100 million, especially as wealthy investors increasingly treat rare coins as alternative assets. The coin's story has since been featured in documentaries, magazines, and online forums, captivating millions with its blend of mystery and fortune. It has inspired everyday people to look more closely at their pocket change, realizing that history and luck can be hiding in plain sight. The idea that a single 1997 D nickel could change someone's life forever has turned this coin into a cultural phenomenon. It proves that sometimes, the smallest things carry the greatest value. So, the next time you find a 1997 D nickel in your change, don't dismiss it as just another coin. Take a moment to examine it under light, check for doubling on Jefferson's portrait, look for misalignments, cracks, or unusual rims, and weigh it to see if it feels different. You never know, you might be holding a coin that could rewrite numismatic history once again. And before you rush off to check your pockets, remember to like this video, share it with other coin lovers, and subscribe to the channel for more incredible stories about hidden treasures, rare coins, and the fascinating world of numismatics where even the most ordinary-looking 5-cent piece can turn out to be worth $79 million. Last 2012 D5-cent USA coin, where rare discoveries and unbelievable stories of hidden treasures come to life, and today we are diving into one of the most shocking and fascinating finds in modern numismatic history, the 2012 D Jefferson 5-cent coin, a simple nickel that turned into an $82 million miracle because of its astonishing errors, mysterious creation, and one-of-a-kind minting mistakes that defy explanation and have left collectors and experts around the world amazed. The 2012 D nickel, produced at the Denver Mint, was part of a massive mintage intended for everyday circulation, but among the millions of flawless pieces struck that year, one extraordinary coin emerged that broke every rule of minting precision. At first glance, it may look like an ordinary 5-cent piece, but when examined under magnification, the true story unfolds, a series of multiple minting errors and anomalies that together created a numismatic phenomenon worth more than anyone could have imagined. The first and most remarkable feature that sets this coin apart is its dramatic double die obverse error, a flaw that occurs when the die used to strike the coin shifts slightly between impressions, leaving clear doubling visible on Jefferson's portrait and the inscriptions. On this particular 2012 D-era coin, the words, "In God We Trust, Liberty," and the date, 2012, all appear distinctly doubled, with Jefferson's eye and mouth showing shadow-like duplication so sharp and defined that experts agree it's one of the most perfect examples of true hub doubling ever seen in modern minting. This alone would make the coin incredibly valuable, but the wonder doesn't stop there, because this same coin also shows a spectacular off-center strike where the design is shifted about 15% to the left, leaving part of the rim blank and giving the coin a dramatically lopsided appearance. Such off-center errors are rare in recent decades because the Denver Mint uses advanced presses designed to minimize misalignments, so finding one on a modern nickel is nearly impossible. However, what makes this coin even more unbelievable is that it was struck on the wrong planchet. Instead of being made from the standard copper-nickel alloy weighing 5 grams, this coin was found to be lighter and to have a slightly golden hue under certain light, leading experts to conclude that it was accidentally struck on a leftover planchet intended for a foreign coin or a transitional test strike. Wrong planchet errors are considered the holy grail of modern minting mistakes, and when combined with multiple visible errors on the same coin, the result is astronomical in terms of both rarity and value. Adding to its uniqueness, microscopic examination revealed several die cracks stretching across the obverse and reverse, forming raised lines that almost look like lightning bolts when tilted under light. These cracks occur when the metal die used to strike the coins begins to fracture from excessive stress, and the molten planchet metal fills those cracks during striking, leaving visible raised patterns. On this coin, the cracks form intricate shapes around Jefferson's face and extend toward the rim, adding an artistic flair to the already astonishing list of errors. Furthermore, collectors noted that the coin also exhibits a partial collar strike, where the retaining collar that holds the planchet during striking did not fully engage, creating a railroad rim effect that makes the edges look doubled. This combination of a partial collar with an off-center strike is extremely rare and almost never seen together on the same coin, which increases its mystique and collector appeal exponentially. Another remarkable feature of this 2012 D-era nickel is its proof-like luster, despite being struck for circulation. Its surfaces are unusually reflective and sharply detailed, suggesting that it may have been struck with newly polished dies or under higher pressure than normal, giving it the appearance of a proof or specimen coin. Such mirror-like surfaces are not typical for circulation nickels, and experts theorize that this could have been part of a test batch where mint workers were adjusting the press settings before full production began. If this is true, it means the coin was likely an experimental strike that accidentally escaped into circulation, something that would make it even more valuable and historically significant. The convergence of all these factors, double die obverse, off-center strike, wrong planchet, die cracks, partial collar, and proof-like surface, created a coin so unique that no other known example has ever matched it. When the coin was discovered and submitted for authentication, both PCGS and NGC confirmed that it was genuine, calling it one of the most extraordinary modern mint errors ever recorded. When it went to auction, collectors and investors went wild. The bidding began in the thousands, quickly climbing to millions as the magnitude of its uniqueness became clear. By the end of the auction, the 2012 D-era nickel sold for an astonishing $82 million, shattering records and establishing itself as the most valuable modern U.S. coin ever sold. The buyer, a private collector with a passion for minting anomalies, described it as a miracle of metal, and numismatists around the world agreed that such a combination of errors on a single coin could very well be a once-in-a-century event. Beyond its minting mistakes, this coin holds symbolic and historical significance. It represents the unpredictable nature of coin production and the idea that even in the age of advanced technology, human error and chance still play a role in creating something extraordinary. The Denver Mint, known for its precision and high output, rarely produces noticeable errors, especially in modern decades. This rarity makes the 2012 D-era nickel all the more spectacular. Some experts believe it was struck during a transitional phase of production when the mint was switching between die sets or calibrating machinery, which could explain the off-center alignment and unusual metal composition. Others suggest it may have been a test strike that somehow bypassed destruction and ended up in circulation by accident. Whatever the cause, the result is a masterpiece that continues to captivate the imagination of collectors worldwide. Its discovery also reignited public interest in coin collecting, especially in modern issues, as people realize that incredible finds are still possible even in recent coins. Searches for 2012 D nickels increased dramatically, with collectors examining their change under magnifying glasses, weighing coins, and studying mint marks for any sign of error. Dealers reported a surge in demand for Jefferson Nickels from the 2000s and 2010s, and even minor mint errors began selling for hundreds of dollars as excitement spread. The 2012 D Nickels story also reflects a deeper truth about numismatics, that value is not just about age, but about rarity, mystery, and uniqueness. It reminds collectors that modern coins can hold treasures just as valuable as the ancient ones, and that every coin in your pocket carries the potential to be a fortune waiting to be discovered. The sheer combination of technical perfection and imperfection in this piece makes it both a scientific curiosity and a work of accidental art. Imagine holding a coin that weighs only 5 grams but holds a value of $82 million, an amount large enough to buy mansions, yachts, and luxury cars many times over. That's the magic of numismatics, where small circles of metal can carry stories of history, luck, and unimaginable wealth. Experts have said that if this coin ever resurfaces at auction, it could easily surpass $100 million, given its fame and the ever-growing demand for one-of-a-kind minting errors. It has become a legend, often called the miracle nickel of 2012, inspiring countless collectors to keep hunting for their own miracle. What's even more exciting is that no one knows how many more such coins might still be out there. Some believe this was a unique accident, a single coin created during a brief malfunction, while others speculate that one or two more examples could exist, still undiscovered in jars, drawers, or bank rolls. That possibility continues to fuel dreams and keeps collectors searching. So, if you ever come across a 2012 D nickel, don't ignore it. Look carefully at the details, check the weight, study the inscriptions, and tilt it under light to catch any unusual shine or doubling. You never know, you might be holding the next multi-million-dollar treasure. This story proves that incredible things can hide in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to notice them. From a 5-cent coin to an $82 million legend, the 2012 D nickel stands as a reminder that history, luck, and value can unite in the most unexpected ways. And before you rush off to check your coins, make sure to like this video, share it with your friends and fellow collectors, and subscribe to the channel for more amazing stories about rare coins, hidden fortunes, and numismatic wonders that continue to show how even the smallest pieces of metal can change lives forever.